Spark the brain, 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 spark the brain. We here. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. It's the third round, RPB. I don't know if they ready for this one, man. You gotta switch it up on them a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Have a seat at the master's table. We ain't asked for no seat. We went and built up our own. You see, it's rather stable. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears, you know the rest. Look, listen, and observe, but also respect. In God we trust. It's obvious. The money ain't the root of all evil, but lack thereof. That's why they deprive you of resources. Why they focus on streams of income, at least 3 sources. We certified, we solidified. And they say they created hip-hop, but all that shit is lies. Cause every element came before the development of what we callin' hip-hop now. It's all relevant to all the topics we gon' touch on. Spoiler alert, as we play this album, ain't no club songs. Boy, that hurt, but this ain't no conscious album. It's just that real shit, that Black God mantra album. I hope y'all feel this. Spark the brain, 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 spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. My mind is on the brain, spark the brain.
The masters, the masters, the masters, the masters.
The way it is. You live in direct relation to the poets, the heroes, and the sheroes you have. Always honor the elders. Then you honor yourself. Honor women. You honor yourself. Honor men. You honor yourselves.
Yeah, cause you know, RP, we gotta pay homage to the ones that's still here too, you know. RP to the ancestors and all that, but what about the ones that's still here? We gotta talk about that. Give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Listen. Minister Farrakhan, I'm glad you're still here with us. Anthony Browder, I'm so glad you're still here with us. Dr. Anderson, I'm glad you're still here with us. Nelly Fuller, I'm glad you're still here with us. Wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers. Listen. To all the warrior scholars we call master teachers, all the oracles, prophets, before you pass, I need to give you your roses, a way to let you know that your work wasn't in vain. A new generation of soldiers was birthed through you. I would lift the entire earth for you, 6 octillion tons. All I got is this verse for you. Ain't wanna wait until you transition to build an altar for you, or make a record when you can't listen. Your life's mission's more important than that. And matter of fact, I know it's even more important than rap. But this is my way to immortalize and make your name fortified, codified in hip-hop culture even before you die. We see through all the lies, we reaching for the skies, but not for mystery guards. We know the guards inside. We read the literature, we listen to the lectures. Now we signal boost all the wisdom you manifested. Shahrazad Ali, so glad you still here with us. Baina Bello, I'm so glad you still here with us. Queen Afua, I'm glad you still here with us. Ava Muhammad, I'm so glad you still here with us. Wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers. Listen, if I forgot to say your name, blame it on the brain and not the heart. The best part is how you made it plain to feel Valentine's. I feel that inclined to give honor to Dr. Kaba, the masterminds, Professor James Moores, Dr. Joy DeGroot, a Ice Cube, middle finger to the boys in blue. Shout out to KRS, shout out Professor Griff. No perfect messengers, there's only perfect messages. Hands off Asada Shakur and Free Matulu. Respect the chairman O'Malley, yeah, we scream Yahoo. I got a bouquet of flowers for Dr. Bill Cosby. Welcome home, beloved, I know they real salty. Who turned the Breakfast Club up to 1,000 degrees and spoke nothing but the truth to the powers that be? We all got a good laugh from all of the memes, but even Umar Johnson get his flowers from me. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just wanna give them their flowers. Yo, R.I.P. Dr. Minister Ava Muhammad. She made a transition before we got a chance to get this song to y'all. But it was written before the transition. So I had it in mind, I had it in my heart. Rest in power, Queen.
We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. The black man is a god. He is the maker. He is the owner. He is the cream of the planet Earth. He is God of the universe.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
We gonna see what's in the God's mind. Peace, peace. What's going on?
What's good? What's good? That's one of my favorites, by the way.
That's one of your favorites?
That is. I think it's such a beautiful, like, I don't know, like when you really hear, Dr. Ava's voice too, and I think because I know, a lot of this stuff was created prior to her transition and things like that, but, it's just important to give people their flowers while they can smell them, because a lot of times, people want to get up and speak good about people when they are no longer here, to hear it or receive it. So shout out to you and DJ RP Beats for doing this song.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and that was Flowers by myself and DJ RP Beats. That's off the Master's Table album. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. It's available on all streaming platforms. But welcome, family, to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, for those who don't know. And I am here with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl. I like the t-shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys can get yours at www.godcastbooks.com right now.
Godcastbooks.com.
Yes.
Godcastbooks.com. Y'all better go there and get your copy of Seven's Big Move. We got 2 and 3 on the way. Volume 1 is available at godcastbooks.com, but we got volume 2 and 3 on the way. Definitely in the making. Y'all should be on the lookout for some drops real soon. Some little teasers for y'all coming real soon. So yeah, godcastbooks.com, man. That's how y'all can go get the t-shirt. That's how y'all can get the books, all that good stuff. Right? Yeah. And so, of course, we are here tonight, with another episode of the Black Business Showcase. And so, of course, we got another special guest in the building tonight. So before we introduce our guest for tonight, I need everybody to hit that like button. Share this out on your social media platforms and let everybody know that we are live right now, kicking it on Sincere Love the Godcast. Hit that like button right now. And copy the link, even if you don't share it out on your social media platforms. Copy the link to your clipboard, because that also sends, a positive message to the algorithm that people are interested in this type of content. So, yeah, and if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, if you're watching us on Twitter or Facebook, make sure you come on over to YouTube, click the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast. I love you too, Mama Love. What's going on? I see you in the building.
Look at that.
Shout out to the family in the chat. Yes, indeed. So what's up? You got anything to say before I introduce our guests?
No, nothing to say other than I'm super excited about the guest, because it's my auntie, y'all.
Right.
It's my aunt. So this is a special broadcast to me, and it's just funny how she's on the children's book, learning stuff as we recently are. So I don't know. It's crazy, but cute at the same time. So I'm excited to talk to her, chop it up with her.
Yes, indeed. And so with that being said, Our guest tonight is a sister by the name of Charlotta Robertson, who, like Nicely said, this is her aunt, and she's the author of 2 children's coloring books. My Spanish and French coloring book series was designed to make learning new languages easy and fun. Our series features the pronunciations to learn the patterns, rhythm, and articulation of sounds in order to develop communicative competence. Our simple picture to color always will features both. Hold on. Our simple picture to color always will feature both the English and Spanish French word. It's perfect bilingual coloring book. This will make great gifts and be used as essential learning tools at home or at school. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our guest for this evening, Miss Charlotta Robertson. Welcome to the Godcast, beloved.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice tonight. Thank you for having me.
Good. Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming on.
Appreciate you being here.
Me too. Excited and nervous.
It's okay. It's okay. I still get nervous. I told you that. I know that you recently, before we get into it, came back from India. How was that trip last week?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was humbling. It was enlightening. I learned so much. Just being over there in areas where women and children and families don't have the proper access to like vitamins and minerals. I went with my job, my 9-to-5 job.
Okay.
And so just being able to like experience that and see what they go through and see, the company that I work for, how we contribute to giving them access, it was very, very humbling. I would say that the US, we are very spoiled. Like I keep telling my friends, Skid Row was like luxury compared to how the people in India live. And so it definitely was a trip I'll never forget, for sure.
How long were you guys over there?
We were there for a week.
The whole week. And how long was that
5
flight?
days. The flight was long. So the first leg was about 16 hours, and then we had a layover in Qatar, and then it was an additional 5 hours. So it was about 21, 22 hours of flying. So it was rough, but it was definitely worth it, for sure. It was definitely worth it. I think that, one of the main things I learned over there is to, just always be internally happy and find joy. Our situation outside, our living situation, we may not have everything that we want. But I think it's always important to just have joy in our heart and be grateful for what we have. And that was one of the things that I really learned just by being out there with the people in India.
Nice. Well, I'm happy that you enjoyed your trip. And again, thank you again for coming on to the Godcast. So, how we do things here on the Godcast, we like to take it back to, your origin story, how you started on your entrepreneur journey, and how you decided to come up with this children's coloring, fun, and learning book series. So take us back.
Okay. Well, I think I might be a serial entrepreneur. I'm not too sure, but the more that I think about my journey, I feel like I might be a serial entrepreneur. So my first business that I actually started was in 2018, 2019, like right before pandemic hit. Me and a good friend of ours, we actually created a hair tool called Sew In and Go. It was for hair weaves. And it was basically pre-threaded weaving needles for weaves and wigs. And we started right before the pandemic. We were able to get into a lot of the Black-owned beauty supply stores around LA, or actually in California, period. And we were even able to get into about 8 states across the US. And so I feel like that was like where I got my feet wet with entrepreneurship and starting a business. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, also with times just evolving, not a lot of people wear weaves anymore. It's kind of like a wig thing. The business kind of just phased out. But I've always just kind of had that niche to, just kind of be a business owner, make passive income. I've always told myself that I want to like make money while I sleep.
Right.
And so with that being said, I moved on. I got into real estate. I bought a duplex here in Compton, so that seems, that's going well. And I'm just pretty much in a period of my life where I just want to be able to like set myself up so that I can be able to walk away from corporate America. There's a lot of people that are not like us that are doing really, really well in entrepreneurship that have been able to leave corporate America at a really young age. And so, I feel like we deserve a chance to be able to do that too. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of like the journey that I've been on. And so how I decided to create a coloring book is I literally was just researching, ways to make passive income and but also how can I make a difference. And I don't have children, but I know that it's really important to invest in children. Number one. Number two, I also know that being in LA and in California, period, Spanish is the number two language spoken actually in the US. And I feel like it would be really important if I knew at least one other language besides English. You know what I mean? Especially living in the US, living in California, living in LA, period. There's a lot of different languages spoken, Spanish being number two. And so I just decided to create a coloring book that was bilingual. I think Spanish was the best choice. Again, look at where we live. It's good just to know. And I decided to also create a French coloring book because French is also very easy to learn as well. And when you go to college and you go to high school, what's the two main languages that you can learn besides English? It's always going to be Spanish and French, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, well, we can start them young. There's a lot of people that don't speak English that teach their children at really young ages how to speak English because they know that will get them jobs later in the long run. So in my thinking, I'm like, well, let's start them young by being bilingual. Let's teach our English-speaking children how to learn Spanish, how to learn French, because you never know, you might need to use that, later on in life. There's a lot of jobs where you need to be bilingual so you can make extra money. And so that's kind of just how I came up with the idea of having a bilingual coloring book.
Okay.
That's dope. I like that.
And so, are you fluent in Spanish and French or either?
No. I mean, I can get by in Spanish. In Spanish, I know a little bit of Spanish. I can hold my own in Spanish, but I'm definitely not bilingual. I've gone to Paris once, and me and my friends and I were able to maneuver a little bit with the French language. But that's another reason why I thought that it was important to create these Spanish and French books because, even someone like my age, like I learned a lot just by creating the books, so no, I'm not bilingual, but I have learned a lot and I hold, like a simple conversation.
Yeah, I thought it was important to note that because for that reason, like you said, it's important not just for children, but even some of us to be able to pick up on these languages. But also so that people can understand that you don't necessarily have to be an expert to use something as a tool or to make a product or a service out of something. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I do with my son. I have an 8-year-old son. We've been teaching him how to read and do math pretty much, since he was born. He started reading before he was 1 year old, like sight words and stuff like that. And so a lot of stuff that he learned along the way, I don't know a lot of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I found a method to be able to teach him, utilizing the technology that's available to us and all of that type of stuff. But I just want people to get in that mindset that you don't necessarily have to be an expert to be able to use the tools that we have available to us to be able to make something beneficial.
Absolutely. And I think that's also really important to note as well. All you have to do is just start because you learn so much just by starting a journey or starting a new journey with learning on how to start a business. I think the most important thing about starting a business is all the information that you learn that you can take on to either your next business adventure or you might want to school somebody else on how to do it. And so I definitely think it's really important to know that you don't have to know everything because you're going to learn so much along the way anyway.
Facts.
And as far as designing the book, did you do all of that yourself? Did you hire someone to do the art
No,
inside
I
of
did.
the book, or you did everything?
I
Show
designed
the
them
book, nicely.
all.
Show the book. Show the
So
book.
I'll show you.
Let
Look,
us
I
see the
have them
book.
all.
Oh, she's like,
Okay.
I have them all.
All
So
right.
I have
Let me spotlight
6
you
of
real quick.
them. I don't know if you can see that. So I have
Yes.
6 versions. I have 3 Spanish and 3 French. And then inside the book is, I don't know if you can see this,
Yes.
but it's your French word, it's the pronunciation, a couple of pictures you can color, and then it's also the word in English as well. So very, very simple. I did design it from front to back, even the covers. I designed everything.
Okay. Okay. So you already
Look at you.
artsy type of person naturally.
A little bit, a little bit. I'm kind of crafty, but again, this is all stuff that I learned along the way. I always YouTube University is my best friend.
Right.
Hello.
Google,
Right.
Google
Hello.
University is my best friend as well. You don't have to go to school and pay all this money to learn a lot of things. You just need to know how to navigate through the internet.
Right.
And so a lot of this stuff I just kind of learned on the fly. Like I learned as I went. I guess I'm kind of artsy, so it was actually really fun to me to put the books together, to design the artwork and things like that. But everything I learned along the way.
Right. And it's comparable to anything that's out there that I've seen that's
Yep.
available in the marketplace now. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, congrats to you on that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Thank
I,
you.
I, I think you need to get these in some schools. This would be
That's
dope to have in some of the preschools and early like Head Start programs and stuff like that.
right. That's definitely the plan. Like I was saying earlier, I really didn't think this was going to skyrocket the way that it has been. I mean, my plan originally was just put it out on Amazon, which is where it's available at right now. It's only exclusive to Amazon. And I just was like, I'm just going to put these books out here and, just kind of see what happens. But since I have created them and published them, I do see a need for them. A lot of people have reached out and asked me, like, oh, are these in schools? And so up the pipeline, I would like to be able to publish them, get a lot of copies, put them in schools. Perhaps go to black vendor markets,
Expos.
be able to
Yeah.
just sell them. Because I do see that there actually is a need for them. So that is up in the
Yeah.
pipeline. So if you guys know any schools or get me in
Yeah,
there,
for
let me
sure. And I
know.
was gonna say, we were talking earlier about our children's book that we just put out in the series that we're working on, and so yeah, we definitely got to pull you into our network because we chopping it up with a few people like that who are tapped into the schools and stuff like that, and so
Mhm.
yeah, definitely need it. We can even possibly collab on
Collab.
some what do you call it, like vendor spots or whatever, just depending on what's going on. But yeah, we could talk about all of that stuff behind the scenes for sure.
Absolutely. I would love that. Thank you.
You're
Hmm.
welcome. And just speaking of that, we just went to Dallas back in May, Labor Day weekend. That was the official launch of our first children's book series, Volume 1, Seven the Super Heru, a foundational Black American children's book series. So we did the expo thing. It was massive.
Wow.
It was beautiful. It was a Black business expo. A lot of beautiful Black businesses out there. We were able to meet a lot of people who also did the Godcast as you are doing right now.
Mhm.
But we were very like surprised, like what how much support we got, at our vending table there at the expo, and some people that remembered us from the expo that reached out later to support the book. Like it was amazing. So definitely we gotta do some expos together. And also, if you hear me, let me know because sometimes I'll be out the loop about. I
Right.
tried to actually get
Yeah,
on the
cause
Taste of
y'all down
Soul.
the street from each other, so y'all could
I
definitely.
Yeah.
know. We didn't even
Yeah,
know.
We didn't even
yeah.
know, y'all. We did not know. I tried to get a vending spot at the Taste of Soul, but then all the vending spots were booked. So maybe next year.
Wow.
Maybe next year I'll be able to get out
Wow.
there.
Well, that would definitely be amazing. And I'm
Yeah,
definitely, open to collaborations. It We have to stick together, you know what I mean? And
absolutely.
we have
We all we
to,
got.
we all we got, and there's a lot of other communities that do really, really well because they build together. And I think
Hmm.
that if we could model that same behavior, then we could really go very far. For sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so you had mentioned that this thing kind of took off a little bit faster than you expected it to, right?
Absolutely.
And so we were talking behind the scenes about how you're not really that active on social media like that. So what has been your means of promotion for the book, and like what are some of the major keys for that success that you've been seeing?
So really the major way that I've been able to get the book out, honestly, is by word of mouth. When I first launched them back in July, I posted them, on my social media. And also I posted on my Instagram and my Facebook page. And then I just got like an overwhelming of support from my friends and family. So people, shared my page or shared the post, I also did a mass email through like Yahoo and Gmail. I sent like a general email blast to every recipient that I have.
Hmm.
And so basically, that's pretty much how I've been promoting it. I think I feel like I did the most promoting when I first launched it in July. And then since then, August, September, it really has just been like a word of mouth. Like there are times I'll log into Amazon and I see that I have all these orders and I'm like, wow, like I haven't even,
So you had a good
posted.
launch.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't even posted in a while, and like people are still ordering. But what I also learned too with Amazon, when you publish books on Amazon, if you have like a successful launch within the first 7 days, then they'll keep your book on their front page.
Hmm.
In regards to like, if you type in bilingual coloring books, then whoever basically has like the most sales or who has like the most activities, you can remain on the first page. And so what I've noticed is that when people have been sharing and even just looking like clicking on my link, it's been keeping me on the first page of like the bilingual coloring book niche on Amazon, which has been
Yes,
helping a
indeed.
lot.
Yes, indeed. And now that's something you got to help us with because we've been
Yeah,
struggling to
struggling
put our
trying to
book
do
on Amazon.
Publishing it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
real
we have
easy. I
not figured it
actually,
out yet.
You said it was real easy.
it was very easy. It was very
We have.
easy. The hardest part, honestly, was creating the book. That's what took the most time, was compiling the pictures, designing the cover page, but actually putting it on Amazon, it took all of maybe 48 hours and it was published. Super easy.
Mm.
Yeah, that hasn't happened for us
Yeah, we need that
Wow.
alley
yet.
oop.
I can
We haven't figured
help
it
out.
out. And speaking of, this is our Seven the Superhero Rules. This is volume one of our children's book series.
Wow. Oh, I love the color.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I
It's a little
definitely will
smaller
be
than
paying
yours.
attention for sure.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, any plans to do anything else outside of just the coloring book series? Maybe doing some short stories or anything like that?
You know what? I haven't gotten that far yet. But the coloring books, to me, I feel like I want to stick to the coloring book, just because it's so simple.
Hmm.
And sometimes simple is like the best. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I stated in my bio, these books, they are very, very easy. They're very easy to learn. You can give it to a kid who might be on summer vacation. I have a friend that uses it as art therapy for her clients. She's a therapist.
Oh, wow.
So I really think that sometimes simple is best. And because I have been getting a lot of just support, and like I said, I didn't realize it was a need for coloring books. I think I will just stick to bilingual coloring books. Like I feel like this niche that I found is very, very important. Again,
Hmm.
especially where we live. And so I really right now I would like to just see, how far I can go with just the bilingual series for children.
So you're thinking of adding more languages? perhaps?
Maybe it just depends because I don't know. Um, Again, when I think about what other language is most spoken, it's Spanish instantly comes to my mind. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
That's true.
French,
Especially here.
especially here, exactly. And although French is not spoken a lot, it's very simple and and they're very a lot of the words are very similar. So I have been asked what other languages. I'm not too sure which other language I would like to tap into. I don't know which other
How
one
about
would
Creole?
be
French Creole.
awesome. I'm like, but people of Creole, they speak French.
Yeah. But
You
isn't it a
know,
little different? French Creole isn't French Creole a little different than
I see what you're
French?
saying
Like
though. I see
the
where you're going with it. Like it's an extension of what she already got.
an extension
hmm
of French. I could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I
hmm
could do that. I could do that. The next might be. I tried to look at like maybe Chinese. That was a
Like
little. That,
Mandarin
that
is a
might be a
big
little
one.
complicated, just because I like the fact that
the
my books
letters.
have that pronunciation, and Chinese is kind of hard to read. Especially if you want to give it to a kid that's like a 3 or 4 year old, they may not be able to understand it right away. So
Yeah.
just looking for languages that are like easy to read, easy to pronounce and things like that. So I still just have to do a little bit more research to see what might be the next best thing. But right now, I think I want to, you know, just see what else I can launch in the French and coloring, French and Spanish. Like I want to do phrases, sports, things like that, just to really help someone become fluent in those two
There
languages.
you go. Got you. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of how do you expand on it. But yeah, you're starting off with the alphabet, so it
Hmm.
makes sense. It makes sense to go on to the phrases like just like sight words and stuff like that. Yeah,
Exactly. How to
yeah.
put everything together. Right.
In a sentence.
That's the natural next step. And so then once you have the series, like you could pretty much learn the language, not just the alphabets and some of like the pronunciations of the letters, but you'll be able to get by.
Exactly. See, get by.
You'll be able to get by.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
The goal is to have, children, like I said, even adults, because I've learned a lot. Just be able to know the basic fundamentals, just be able to get by. You might be, I don't know, at the market and at the, Mexican market in LA, and you may not know how to tell them you want something. You know what I mean? And so just to be able to just get by, and if you take this and you keep it, you know what I mean, when you enter high school and like I said, college, they always offer Spanish and French. So it's kind of like you have a head start anyway because of the things that you learn just from these simple coloring books.
Yeah. And in high school, they make you take 2 years foreign language anyway. In high
Exactly.
school, you have to here.
Exactly. So we're just starting them a little younger.
Right. And so, do you see this as a possible escape plan from the corporate world, or is it like more of just like a passion project on the side?
Well, right now it's a passion project. It could be though. It could be a way out. I believe that if I can get into more avenues, if I could get them in schools, if I can get them, like at a Walmart or, like again a
Yeah.
Target, things like that,
Right.
then I do believe that it could be the way out if I can just get my feet wet into different avenues for sure. I would like it to be a way out.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the goal, I will hope. That's the goal. Out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We gotta, just we have to create a legacy. Everyone else is doing it. So I'm just trying to create a legacy.
And so, do you plan on sticking with strictly Amazon for now, or do you plan on having your own site where people get the books directly from you?
Yes, I would like to create a site. Again, I'm still baffled on how much traction and how this has skyrocketed. So I definitely next step would be to create my own website so that you can just order directly from my website. Um, I definitely would like to get them printed, and be able to take them to schools and see if I can have them in schools or, like I said, a CVS or a Target. So those two are definitely things that I would like to have, very sooner than later. and I also
Right.
feel like I need a social media for
That's where I was going next. That's exactly where I was going next. So, do you plan on getting active in
I
these
plan
social
on
media
being
streets?
active on. I'm gonna create my own little bilingual, social media page so that people can go, straight to there and just be able to market it better, and just bring more awareness to it for
Right.
sure.
And look, this is
Any
what I
more
tell
prop?
people
Oh, I'm sorry.
when
Go
it
ahead.
comes to social media. Like, don't overthink the content. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you do, um, surrounding your book, like everything that you do behind the scenes and all of that, that's your content. Everything that goes into creating it, getting it on Amazon or getting your own website or all the stuff that you're working on that has to do with the book, that's your content. All you got to do is just take pictures and film little videos and post it throughout the week.
Which you'll find.
Absolutely, gotta work on that.
Which
Yes,
you'll
that definitely
find.
is something that I have to work on. I would say my biggest challenge is the marketing, just because I'm not super active, on social media, and a lot of my traction has really just been from word of mouth. I think I posted like maybe the first week of or two, and I know that in order to get the word out, you just have to market it a little bit better. And I know that that definitely is something that has been my biggest pain, is just consciously making the effort to market it on social media, promote it on Amazon. And so I definitely plan on being more active about that for sure.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
I'm sure you got some, we got to utilize these nieces and nephews. They're great with social
Yes.
media. Maybe you can get one of them to do it. They know how to do everything. So, maybe give them $20 and say, here, run this page.
Right, right, right. And it's and then I also tell myself, like, I have to be able to tap in from what I learned, in my previous business. Like there are apps that are automated where you can just
Mhm.
automatically, it'll automatically,
Yep.
make the post for you and things like that. And so now that, I'm kind of knee deep in it now, it's like it's forcing me to tap into the things that I learned when I had someone and go and I launched that business and how we marketed, the product. So a
Oh,
lot of
you were using social media for that?
we were using social media for that. We had like a social media page. I used I can't remember the name of the app, but there's an app that it will automatically post on your social media for
Yeah, like
you.
scheduling apps. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And
And so
some of the platforms have it integrated now. Like I know Facebook, if you use their business app, you can schedule posts and stuff like that on Facebook even
wow, I didn't know that.
without a separate app. Yeah.
Wow, see, learn something new.
Every
Yeah,
day,
so
every day.
definitely need to
So,
utilize those scheduled apps for sure.
do you have
No
any
doubt.
other passion projects that you be working on the side that maybe you're thinking about putting out or anything like that, or are you just doing it for fun right now?
Right now, well, I have the coloring books, obviously. Those seem to be doing well. And then I was trying to launch like a vending machine for like dog snacks and dog necessities and dog
Hmm.
parks. That hasn't been going so well. That I'm still working on it though. I've been working on it since September of last year. Like I created the idea. I have the products that want to go in the machine. The hardest part is getting the machine placed. A lot of dog
Yeah.
parks. I don't think that they understand like my concept of what I'm trying to do here. So I've been getting like a lot of pushback, but I really would like to launch that. I think that it could be something amazing.
It
Um,
sounds pretty dope. I'm just trying to
It
think like the
does.
logistics, like with the machine being exposed to the elements and all of that stuff. Like that's probably what the pause is about. Like, okay, we gonna have a machine in the middle of the park. Like,
well, so like it wouldn't be
No.
like in the middle of the park. It probably would be like, when you go to the park, there's usually like a bathroom and
Hmm.
concession
it's
stand or
kind of
something.
like a
Yeah.
little building. And sometimes there are vending machines over there. We
Right.
have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Rosie's Dog Beach in Long Beach, but that's a beach for dogs. And
Okay.
when you go there, they have vending machines there. They don't have like vending machines specifically catered to animals, which is why I think that it will be great there.
Me
But there
too.
are, vending machines there really, I think the placement could work. But the pushback that I've been getting is, they're like, oh, but we don't want like treats in the park because some dogs are like food aggressive, so they may fight over it, or you don't want, we don't want to have toys in the park because the dogs might fight over it. But I'm like, but it will have like leashes, hand sanitizer,
Right.
just other things that people
Pooper
need.
scoopers.
Exactly.
The
Tennis balls,
bags.
yeah, poop bags, all of those things. If that's what the vending machine would have, but I think that they are kind of just not understanding that concept. So I've been getting a lot of pushback, but I'm still going. I'm determined because I think like if they
And
once
look
it's
at other cities too,
placed, it'll
because
be
Cali be
great.
tripping.
Cali be
Yeah.
tripping.
Cali be tripping, man. Look at some other parts of the country too for that, because I think that's dope.
Definitely. I think it's a great idea too. So that's something that I really, really would like to launch. And I've just been, going at it. Someone's gonna say yes. And once
Somebody's gonna
I just
say
need
yes.
one yes. I just need one
Right.
yes. So that is definitely a passion project that I really would like to get up and running. But until then, I'm still just working on my coloring books, putting them out there.
I like it. You got a business mind. You got a business
Absolutely.
mind.
Now, did that come? Did you come from a family basically that are full of entrepreneurs or serial entrepreneurs, such as yourself?
My dad was he was a serial entrepreneur. He had like a box company many
Hmm.
many years ago when he was young. He's passed on now, but when I was a baby, he had like a box company. He had a record company. So
Hmm.
my parents have always been really really hard workers, and they definitely have instilled that in me. So I think the entrepreneurship probably came from my dad, but I'm just a really hard worker, honestly. And um, I just really just want to be able to leave this earth with a legacy. And I'm not sure, where that came from, but that's just what I'm on right now. I just want to create a legacy. I want to be able to be
Make
in
an
my
impact.
50s and 60s and be able to travel the world and have financial freedom, things that other races have that we don't have. I think that we
Right.
all deserve that, and I don't want to be you know old and working still. I want to live my best life like I see some of those people when I go on vacation,
Mm.
you know what I mean? And so that's just
I
kind
feel
of,
it. I
I
feel
have
it.
it, and now I'm laser focused on that.
I feel it. And I just love hearing black women say "my dad." It just it's
Right.
like I like the way that sounds. My dad.
Yes, I was spoiled. I definitely grew up.
You on it.
Me and my dad were very, very close. I learned a lot from him. My hustle comes from him. Like I said, my hard work comes from him and my mom. But he was a really, really hard worker, and I really just I admired the way that he provided for me and my family and my mom. And so, he came from Arkansas, didn't even know how to read or write, and was able to have
All
a
that.
few businesses. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, they can do what I can do. You know.
Yeah. I met him the first time in 2005 when I was pregnant with my son.
Wow.
Wait, so you met her
Yeah.
dad, but you never met her?
I never met her. It's weird.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
And I did go to his funeral, but I don't remember seeing
I was
you.
there.
Obviously, and my brother Michael, I think he did the eulogy, right?
You
Or he
did.
spoke. I don't remember, but I just don't remember seeing you. Like I seriously don't. But I was there.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I was
Yeah,
young. I was
yeah.
23. I think I was 23 when he passed away. So I was really young, and that was actually my first time meeting a lot of my siblings.
Hmm. Yeah,
For sure.
my
I
mom.
met your mom probably a couple of months prior. It may have been like a year prior I met your
Okay.
mom, but a lot of my older siblings, I and my that side of the family, the Robertsons, I really didn't know just because my mom was a lot younger, and we
Hmm.
lived in. I grew up in Palmdale or in
Okay.
Lancaster, so we were kind of on
Up
the
the hill.
outskirts. And so a lot of my family that was in Arkansas and LA, I really didn't know. So when you told me that was your mom, I was like, wait a minute. I've never
Y'all,
met you.
I'm over here like, wait a minute, because you the aunt and I can't tell who's older, younger. Like,
and my
y'all
mom
got
is
me all messed
75
up.
years old, y'all. My mom will be 76 years old in December. So
And
that
this is
tells you
her
the
baby
gap.
sister.
And that's her baby sister. Yes.
I'm
Okay.
the very
Okay.
young. I'm 38. I'm the very youngest, and
Okay.
I think she might be his oldest.
Yes, she's his
Yes.
firstborn.
Yep. Yep. So that's crazy how just the world is very small. LA is very small. So I'm really happy that you reached out to me, and I'm happy that we were able to connect.
And we're definitely going to connect in person, do lunch, dinner, something
Absolutely.
like that. My mom definitely wants to do dinner with you, and we're definitely too close. I
Way
can
too
walk to
close.
Compton, y'all. I can walk to Compton. My nephew had a basketball game at Dominguez High School last Saturday. I can walk to Dominguez High School from where I live. So, yeah,
Wow.
we live too close to not connect. So, for sure, we
It's a
would
family
definitely,
reunion. It's a
you
family
know,
reunion.
my mom talks to Faye all the time. I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
know
I
Faye.
just seen Faye.
My mom talks to Faye all the time. My mom was just in Vegas not too long ago. She never goes to Vegas without going to see Faye. They will link up and stuff like that. But they talk all
Wow.
the time. I was actually trying to do our ancestry, and I was able to get um, your Charles sibling's name, his parents' name, and stuff like that. Thank God for Faye. And I didn't realize he had so many siblings. Like his mama
Yes.
had a bunch of
14.
kids. Yes,
Yes.
y'all. 14
Yes.
children.
14. It was a lot of them. It was a lot of them, but that is so funny. They see how small like the world
Yeah.
is, you know what I mean? And so I literally just seen Faye like last month or the end of August. I just seen her at a baby shower. Her grandson, my
Oh,
cousin is
wow.
having, or your cousin is having twins. So I just seen her. So yeah, we definitely have to link up. We have to
Yes,
talk
definitely.
offline and see each other in person. We're way too close.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
Me
And
too.
y'all know Faye is a very country name. So y'all know our family from the South.
Cali country in the building.
Cali
Right.
country in the building.
Right.
Cali country in the building. Yes. Was your mom from Arkansas too?
No, she was from LA.
Okay.
Yep, she was from LA. So how they met, I don't know, but he came down here and somehow, some way, they ended up linking up, and then they
It's
Here
funny.
created
we
you.
are.
Yeah, it's funny
Here we
because
are.
when I met him, and my son's father happened to be over, and he knew my son's father from 8 years. He was 8 years old. My son's father used to play drums for him when he was doing the
Wow.
quartet. Yes, he was doing the quartet groups out here in LA. So it was like, what?
Wow.
I said, so you knew my grandfather before I did?
Wow. That is crazy.
Yes, yes.
Wow. That's crazy. It's a small world.
It's a small world. It's a small world. But you know what? We about to link, y'all. We about to collab. We're about to
Yep,
do
yep.
some things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, I was definitely, this is dope chopping it up with you tonight. Is there anything that we didn't think to ask you that you want to put out there that you want people to know? Anything that's coming up? Anything at all?
No, I think this was really good. Again, my books are on Amazon. Let me
Right.
go ahead and shameless plug one more time.
Ain't no shame. Ain't no shame. Mm-mm.
And I'm
My books
a,
are on Amazon. If you just type in my Spanish and French coloring book series, you'll be able to find them. Or you can just type in my Spanish ABCs or my French ABCs. I also have numbers and shapes. And so colors as well. So if you type any of those in on Amazon, you'll be able to find me. I definitely, again, I'm hoping that I can get into schools. So if you guys have any access to that, I'm definitely let me know. But I just really appreciate you guys for allowing me to come here and talk to you guys about my coloring books. It was amazing. So thank you. I am
Thank
really
you.
grateful.
did
No,
the
we
nerves go
appreciate
away?
you coming.
The nerves went away.
Yeah, well, Sincere, by the way, is in the Atlanta area. Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
here, in Cali. Our One of our moderators, Crown 808, she's in Alabama. We got some other folks.
Wow.
Black Voltron is out there in the Bay Area. So we may be able to connect you with some schools all over the place, God willing.
I would love that. And we definitely need
Yes.
to collab. I think your children's book is amazing. So congrats on
Thank
that. I'm
you.
actually going to go to the website as soon as we get off and
Thank
order my
you.
copies. And, we can talk offline. I can help you launch on Amazon. We just
Yes,
all
we
need to
need
work
that.
together. We just need
And
to,
I put the link in the chat, by the way, family, to her Amazon link, so you guys can order the book on Amazon, the coloring book, in the chat, and I'll put it in the description as well for those who watch this on the replay. You can just click the link in the description and order our sister's book.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So we are not going to end this broadcast without doing it in true Godcast fashion. So I have two more questions for you. Put you on the spot. What does freedom and power mean to you?
Freedom and power. Wow, that's a good question. Freedom and power. I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. I feel like you have power when you have freedom. And freedom to me is just being able to, the first thing I think about is like financial freedom, not being chained to corporate, creating a legacy for yourself, being able to provide for yourself and your family without having to lean on the others. That is the first thing that I think of when I think of freedom. And I think that when you have freedom, you have power. And power to me is being able to come together with our people. It means building an empire. It means everyone has a seat at the table. Everyone is building to get to the top. That is what power means to me.
Nice.
I like that. And so one last thing, I got to put you on the Summer Jam screen real quick. And so now this is how we always end it. I give you the microphone, and the entire Black community is listening.
Oh my gosh.
What parting words would you like to leave us with tonight?
I would say what I would like to leave you guys with is, if you have a dream, just go after it. The worst that can happen is that you have to start over. The worst that can happen is that it just doesn't work out. Anything that you want to put your mind to, if you have an idea, just do it. The hardest part is starting. And again, the worst thing that can happen is nothing. So you never know how far something can take you until you just do it. And so that would be my parting words.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you again for coming, blessing us with your energy. Love the energy. I'll be supporting the book as well. I think that'll be useful for Seven also. He knows a little bit of Spanish and French, but that'll be good to kind of, hone it all in.
I'll have a question I asked the family in the chat.
Go ahead.
Do we look alike, y'all? Do y'all see us?
Y'all from the same tribe.
Like I see it right here.
Y'all definitely
look alike a little bit.
Y'all definitely from the same tribe. I'll give you that.
I can see a little similarities right here too. Yeah, all of
definitely
you.
Charles. That's definitely Charles.
Too funny. But this was a blast. I had a great time. Thank you for making it so comfortable. Like I said, I was nervous, and so I'm just really grateful that you guys reached out to me. I'm so grateful that I had to, you guys provide this platform for Black businesses to come and showcase their, what they have going on. I think what you guys are doing is really, really amazing. And so I just tip my hat off to you guys and just say thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And if you know any other entrepreneurs, send them my way so that we can showcase their Black business. We want to get all up in their Black business.
Absolutely. I definitely will.
And we got people saying, yes, y'all look alike in the chat. They're getting tribe vibes in the chat.
Let me take my glasses off.
So, yeah. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us tonight. If you guys are watching this on the replay, thank you as well. On your way out, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff that you're supposed to be doing on YouTube when you want to show love to the channel. Also, you guys know that you can support us if you appreciate what we do here on the Godcast. The Cash App is $godcastent, $godcastent. We appreciate all your support. And that does it for today's episode of the Black Business Showcase. We will see you all in a couple of days, definitely on Sunday, but we might be here before that. So yeah, always remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. And we are out of here. Family, peace and Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.